Hey, Hannah. I heard you moved in with my parents. Is it true?
Yes, it's true. Your father has helped me in many ways since I was little, so I wanted to show him my gratitude in some way.
Oh, how kind of you. I know you guys just moved into the new place, but is it okay if I visit you sometime?
What?
It's not your house anyways, so not that I need permission, but I'm trying to be polite here.
But it is my house.
I know you're living there, but its owner is my father, right? I forgot what your job was, but there's no way you could make enough money to build a new house.
You can't just come here on short notice. Let us invite you once we settle down.
It's not like you have kids, so you can tidy up the place in no time. I'll go over there tomorrow. Bye.
The next day.
Hey, Hannah. Thanks for having us today.
I'm sorry I was out of tea.
No worries. Anyway, that house is so big. Isn't it a little too big for you and my brother, since you still have no kids?
But your father lives with us, and I might have kids in the future.
You're wasting the space, so I think it's best if I move in with my 5 kids. Good idea, right?
I may not have kids yet, but I want to be close to your father so that I can support him.
That again? What is my father to you?
When I was 5 years old, I lost my parents in an accident. I was at my lowest and couldn't get over my sorrow, but your father visited me at the children's home for years and helped me get through it. Also, he's the one who introduced me to my foster parents. And later, he introduced me to your brother, and we got married.
Oh, really? Then it's like you owe him your life?
Yes, that's right. I might not be alive today if it wasn't for your father. He was always there for me when I needed him.
Well, that has nothing to do with me. We will move into that house tomorrow.
Huh?
I have 5 kids, you know. My current house has become too small for us. It's about time we move into a bigger house.
But this is my house, so I can't allow that.
Without kids, you don't need that much space. I think it's better for you and my brother to move into an apartment near downtown. It's only until you have kids that you can go out for dinner.
I like this location, and this is my house.
Shut up! You're so annoying. Could you stop lying to me? Are all childless women such liars? A childless couple won't need a house that big. Plus, you say it's your house, but there's no way a woman younger than me can earn so much to build a house. Don't you realize you're sitting on a gold mine?
Fine. We'll be leaving then.
Yay! Thanks!
A few hours later.
Hey, Hannah. I heard from Megan, but is it true that you're moving out tomorrow?
Actually, after Megan came to our house, she told me to move out so that she can move in with her husband and kids. She thinks this place is too big for us to live in, and that I'm sitting on a gold mine.
Really? Megan is trying to kick you out?
Yes. I've been telling her this is my house, but Megan thinks it was you who built it. She thinks I don't have the ability to earn so much money.
Did she forget you're a doctor? You've even treated her children when they all got sick.
Her husband was the one who brought them to the hospital, but he seemed to be in a panic, so he might not remember. Anyway, she keeps on bringing up the fact that we don't have a child, and I got tired of talking to her.
Hannah, I'm so sorry. I can't believe she'd do such a thing to her brother's wife, who has also supported her own father. I'm going to cut ties with that girl.
She is your precious daughter and my husband's sister, so I was happy to be able to be of some help, but I've reached my limit.
I understand. Megan's actions are unforgivable. Even if she didn't know about you, this is just too much. I've been putting up with it until now, but I don't think I can take it anymore.
1 week later.
Hey, Hannah, are Are you free tonight? This house is beautiful and I love it, but it has so many rooms. Having lots of kids, I can't keep up with all the housework. So will you come here tonight to help me clean the rooms?
Excuse me?
I want you to help me with the chores.
Why don't you take care of it yourself? I have work to do too.
Huh? Without kids, you must have plenty of free time. I'm giving you permission to take care of my kids. Since you don't have any kids, you must be happy.
Can you please stop talking about me not having kids?
Why?
If you don't like the fact of me not having kids, then just stop contacting me.
Oh, are you upset? I'm in desperate need of help, but you're not going to help me? Even though I'm your sister-in-law? Raising a child is hard work, you know. I can't believe you can easily turn away from a person who's in trouble. You're childless, so you don't have the right to defy me. I'll forgive you once you get back here, so just hurry up.
Do you really think you have the right to talk to me like that? I've been kind to you and put up with all those things, but that's over now.
What? What do you mean?
It's time you realize how much you've been depending on other people throughout your life. 1 week later.
Hannah, why haven't you come home yet? You should at least look after my kids.
I'm sorry, but I'm not going back.
You're still saying things to defy me? I went out of my way to offer you some time to spend with kids. I know there are times when it's hard to be honest with anyone. Being stubborn won't help you, so just be honest and come see my kids.
No matter what you say, I shall not go to that house.
Why are you so reluctant to come? Oh, are you trying to say that it's a hassle to come here often? If that's the case, I'll let you live here.
What?
There's the attic where we just store unused things. It's a little dusty, but you can clean it up and live there.
Live in the attic?
Yes, that's right. Then, you won't have to drive from your apartment every time I need you. But instead, you'll have to take care of all the chores. Okay?
Why do I have to live in the attic?
Well, I look forward to living with you.
1 week later.
Hey, we got kicked out of this house. What the hell is going on?
That house is my house, so I can do whatever I want with it.
Huh? Don't be ridiculous. You know we live there.
I never gave you permission to live there. You guys were just trespassing.
What? I can't even get in touch with Dad. You must know where he is. Tell me.
I thought he was living there with you guys.
When we moved in, he complained we were too loud and that we were making a mess. So he decided to stay at his brother's house until we settled in. I contacted my uncle, but he says Dad's not with him anymore. Why would Dad ignore my calls and texts at a time like this? I just can't believe it.
I'm the one who can't believe this.
What?
I couldn't say anything until now because you're the daughter of Daniel, but I can't stand it anymore.
What is this all of a sudden?
Even though I told you I was the one who built this house, you wouldn't believe me. Thinking that your father built it, you kicked me out. But right after you kicked me out, you tell me to help you with the chores and look after your kids. You've got to be kidding me.
Why do I have to be blamed for just asking for help? You have free time anyway, so why not help me out a little bit?
I have no free time at all. I work every day, so I'm super busy. But even if I had free time, I wouldn't want to help you even if you paid me.
How mean! You should be happy to experience parenting since you have no kids.
It's none of your business. I want to have kids too. I'm currently undergoing treatment for infertility.
Oh no, I had no idea. Poor you, wanting but unable to have a baby.
How can you say such things so easily?
What?
Megan, have you ever thought about other people's feelings?
I always think about others' feelings, but I cannot imagine what it's like to be a woman who can't have children. I'm sorry.
You have no intention of reflecting on your actions, do you?
Why do I have to reflect on my actions when I've done nothing wrong?
Earlier, you said you couldn't get in touch with your father.
That's right. I knew it. You know something, don't you?
Your father is cooperating with us.
So, what are you up to?
You'll find out today.
Just tell me now.
A few hours later.
Megan, I'm cutting ties with you.
Hey, Dad. What kind of a joke is that? Oh, that woman said something to you, didn't she?
By that woman, do you mean Hannah?
That's right. Who else could it be but her? But that's not important. I need to talk about the house. We don't have a place to live in anymore. So what should we do? Where are you right now?
I didn't think you were that blind to the feelings of others.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I'm sorry I didn't raise you well enough to be a better person, but I'm not going to forgive you for what you did this time.
I don't know what you're talking about.
After you took over Hannah's house and kicked her out, you looked down on her for not having children and told her to help you with the chores. When she refused, you suggested she live in the attic. I also heard from your husband what you were saying to him. You said that childless people don't deserve to live unless they take care of other people's children and contribute to society. I couldn't believe my own daughter to have such outrageous thoughts.
What's so wrong about that? There are tons of people who have the same thoughts. A woman without children isn't a woman. Actually, just talking to her makes me sick. But still, I offered to let her live in the attic and take care of my kids, and she refused.
What?
I'm pretty sure she's never worked a day in her life anyway. So what better can she do with her time than helping me out? In the end, she ignored the fact we were living there and sold the house. Can you believe that?
I can't believe this.
I know. That childless woman is the worst.
I'm talking about you. I can't believe you, Megan.
What?
How can someone not working build a mansion like that?
You built that house, right? Or did you give money to that woman for her to build it? She said she owns you a lot and seemed to want to repay that kind of favor.
I didn't help her with anything. Hannah built it with the money she earned by herself.
Oh, wow. Then that means she has money, right? If that's the case, she should be even more willing to help me.
Are you still going to say things like that? When your kids all came down with high fever, it was Hannah who treated them. She's a pediatrician.
You're lying. I never heard of such a thing.
That's because you never accompanied your kids to the hospital. You're just like your mother and don't take good care of your children. I can't believe you just stayed home when your husband was struggling to take your kids to the hospital when they were all so sick.
Huh?
Did you forget what Hannah did for you when Wendy had a febrile convulsion? Your husband called an ambulance, and Hannah, who happened to be on her way home from the hospital at the time, went back to the hospital to check on her out of concern and explained everything to you.
I don't remember things from that long time ago.
All your children have been treated by Hannah. I even had her examine me when she was a resident, and thanks to her, I found a hidden disease.
I wouldn't know that unless you told me. Now I know that she saved you and my children. So what? It just happened to be that woman who was in the hospital at that time. That's all.
You're hopeless.
I don't care about you anymore. I'm gonna go to Mom's place, so tell me where she is.
Mom and I have gotten divorced, so I don't know where she lives.
What? She never told me that. I thought she was on a trip again with her friends.
I've let your mother do whatever she wanted, but after talking to her about you and Hannah, I realized how hopeless she really is.
Hopeless? What did Mom say?
Despite the fact that your mother had done nothing for the family all this time, she tried to rip off Hannah's money once she knew Hannah was planning on building a house for all of us to live in. She really let me down, and I couldn't stand being with her anymore.
I'm sorry, Dad. I'll apologize for what she said. So please, start over with Mom.
I'm sorry, but I can't. You and your mother should learn what happens when you live your lives thinking only of yourselves.
You're abandoning me and Mom? Dad, wait. I'm truly sorry. I never thought you'd say something like that to me.
I never thought you'd become such a terrible person.
A few hours later.
Hey, you! Do something about Dad. It's not fair to drag out the past.
What do you mean, the past?
That you treated my children and helped my dad when he was sick. It's unfair of you to say things I don't remember.
But I didn't ask your father to bring out these things.
Huh? Then why would he tell me about these things now?
I don't know. Maybe he had reached his limit. I think your father said what he had to say.
You manipulated Dad. I can't believe he'd corner me like this. All I have left is my husband.
Haven't you heard anything from your husband yet?
Heard what?
I told your husband about what had happened between us.
Why would you contact my husband? Don't meddle in other people's family matters.
Actually, it was your husband who brought it up to me. He had been complaining for a while that you wouldn't take care of the kids.
Why did he talk to you about it?
I don't know why it was me, but I guess it was easy for him to talk to me about it since I've known your family for several years now. Also, it's not uncommon for parents to seek advice from pediatricians about things concerning their children.
But I'm his wife. He should have discussed things with me first.
Your husband said you wouldn't listen to him even when he tried to discuss things with you. He also said he's divorcing you.
Divorce? No way! How am I supposed to live then?
Even when you're at the verge of divorce, you only worry about yourself and not your children.
If I can't live, then my children would be in trouble too.
No worries for your children. Not that I think you're worried. Your husband will get custody of the 5 children. He thinks you're incapable of raising them anyways.
Hannah, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I apologize for everything I've done to you.
It's too late now. You should go talk to your husband about the divorce.
You're the only one I can rely on at this moment. What should I do? You can contact both Dad and my husband. So, can you tell them I truly feel sorry and want them to forgive me? I don't have any close friends, and Mom won't answer my calls. I need you all 3 to forgive me and help me.
I can't believe you. How can you say that after everything you've done to me? I don't want anything to do with you ever again. Goodbye.
Hey, wait! Hannah, please forgive me.
1 month later. Hi, Daniel. I'm very sorry for the trouble I've caused you.
What are you talking about? That's my line.
If it weren't for you, I couldn't have knocked her down like that.
I'm really sorry. It's not just our family, but my daughter's family too has always been helped by you. And yet, they never thanked you properly, and in the end, stole your house and kicked you out. They should reflect on their actions for the rest of their lives. But I believe karma got back at them. Speaking of that, how are their children doing? I heard they changed their PCP and the hospital, so I was wondering what happened. Oh, they're all right. Megan's husband didn't want to bother you any more than he already has, so he moved to another town with his children. His parents live nearby his new house, so he can now rely on his own family from now on.
I see. As long as the kids are healthy, I'm happy. But I'll miss them, since I've been seeing them from the time they were babies.
Then, let's throw a barbecue party sometime. I'm sure the kids will be thrilled to see you too.
That sounds great. I'm looking forward to it. Let's do it at my house. The last house was sold at a good price, so I was able to buy another mansion, big enough to throw a party with lots of people.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, and would you like to live with us again? I heard you're now living in an apartment alone, but we have enough space, and I think you'll really like our new house.
Hannah, thank you so much. I was starting to feel quite lonely.
Your son and I would be more than welcome to have you move in with us. After that, Megan found out her mother's address and begged her to let her move into her apartment. Her mother let her stay at her place in exchange for getting a job and paying half of the living expenses. Megan started working at the diner where her mother worked, but her mother had a habit of slacking off, and that affected Megan in a bad way. The two of them soon got fired, and they failed to pay the rent on time. Later, they got kicked out of their shabby apartment, and Megan decided to live apart from her mother. I don't know what she's doing now, but I heard someone saw her working at a sketchy bar. I, on the other hand, live with my husband and father-in-law. I was worried he might be feeling down due to the divorce, but he is enjoying every day, playing pickleball and growing vegetables in our garden. I'm still working on my infertile treatments, but I'm happy. Thank you for watching to the end. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. Otherwise, please let us know what you think in the comment section below. Please subscribe to our channel. Your ratings and comments will help us in the future. We also have many other inspirational videos. Please take a look at the videos on our channel. See you in the next video.